First news is Milos Erkez makes alarming admission after latest Liverpool defeat. Second news is Virgil van Dijk on track for record-breaking Liverpool minutes, but at what cost? Welcome back to the LFC Transfer Hub, your number one source for everything breaking at Anfield. Milos Erkez acknowledged that tiredness played a part in Liverpool's performance following the team's 2-1 defeat at Brighton on Saturday. The Reds undertook the 430-mile round journey to the south coast and endured their 10th league loss approximately 62 hours after they demolished Galatasaray 4-0 in the Champions League at Anfield on Wednesday to secure their place in the quarterfinals. Erkez, who will play for Hungary this week, found the net to level the score after Danny Welbeck's opening goal, but the Seagulls striker netted the second-half winner to inflict another significant blow to Liverpool's pursuit of Champions League qualification. The Reds headed south, having managed just 20 minutes of training on Friday, and with the absences of Alexander Isak, Mohamed Salah, Connor Bradley and Wataru Endo alongside goalkeeper Alisson, the Hungary left-back confessed that the squad found the compressed fixture schedule challenging. "I think they definitely played well and had more chances," Erkez said. "I think we didn't create as much as we wanted. It was a tough day. I think you could see some of us were maybe a little bit tired. But I don't like using it as an excuse. We know where we are in the standings in the Premier League and we know we have to push. Of course, it's maybe a bit of an advantage to Brighton, but still very disappointed that we couldn't win." Erkez added, "It's tough. Hugo Ekitike went off early and he really helps us a lot with deep runs and one-on-one actions. When Rio Ngumoha came on, he tried and was really good in one-on-ones, but on a day like this, we couldn't really create a lot." Liverpool is set to return to the pitch when it faces Manchester City in the FA Cup quarterfinals on April 4. When questioned if the international break arrives at an opportune moment, Reds head coach Arne Slot responded, "Yeah, it's a break for me, maybe it's a break for you, but it's not a break for the players. I saw this today for the first time and maybe if I'm saying something wrong now, then I'm wrong, but I thought I read today." Thomas Tuchel, the England national team manager, said to 15 players they had to come in later during the camp. "And if I am correct, but I have to read all the names one more time, those were mainly the players that have played Champions League and played so many games this season. Unfortunately for us, it's the only country where we don't have internationals, so all the other ones will probably use our players again twice. I think, but it's also something I'm going to ask our data department, that a lot of our players are in the top 10 in terms of playing minutes, because I have so many times had to play the same players because of the model we are having, because of the injuries we are having. We don't have a big squad, we always have to come back to the same players. But these same players today showed character because I thought I saw that all the ones that played Wednesday were still able to compete in the end. Maybe not as fresh as they were Wednesday, but they didn't give up, and that's an important asset to have for the last period of the season." Second news is Virgil van Dijk on track for record-breaking Liverpool minutes, but at what cost? Virgil van Dijk is on track to surpass his highest minutes total for Liverpool in a single season, underlining personal achievement but also club concerns. One of the greatest assets a player can have is availability. Van Dijk has it in bucket loads. With the exception of the season that was ended early due to an ACL injury, 2020-21, Liverpool's captain has missed only 55 of the club's 411 games since he arrived in January 2018. It is a testament to his professionalism and quality that he not only backs up one game after the other, but also maintains his high level of output at now 34. While it is impressive that the Dutchman has started 32 consecutive games for Liverpool in all competitions, one behind Jamie Carragher's record set between 2009 and 2010, there is a greater risk at play. Van Dijk will certainly break and then extend the record currently held by Carragher, as long as no injury is sustained during the international break, with the potential to start at least 10 more in a row. If he does just that, Van Dijk will have easily played his most minutes in a single campaign for the club, surpassing his current best of 4,620, achieved in his first season back from ACL surgery in 2021-22. It is, without a doubt, incredibly impressive how consistent and reliable the number 4 has been throughout his Anfield career, and it is down to his unwavering professionalism. Obviously, staying fit is a big thing in my way of life, and in order to do that, you obviously need to make sure you eat well, rest well, he told Rio Ferdinand in 2024. I've got a little team around me that makes sure that that's the case. I think that if you want to stay at the top, that's definitely a major thing. On what his team looks like, he explained, chef, fitness coach, obviously, massage, treatment, those are the main things basically. Van Dijk is committed to his routine irrespective of Liverpool's traveling schedule, with meditation, breathing exercises, ice baths, sauna visits and swimming all habitually practiced. It ensures his name can be listed among the starting XI multiple times in the same week, but there has been a noticeable shift under Arne Slot's tutelage. In Jurgen Klopp's final 3 seasons, Van Dijk was left out for a combined 33 games, only 13 due to injury, illness or suspension, with the need to rest the Dutchman a priority for the German. Under Slot, however, Van Dijk has not been involved in only 9 of the Reds' 103 fixtures, otherwise playing a total of 8,478 minutes of a possible 9,300 in all competitions. That is equivalent to 91.2% of the Dutchman's Anfield tenure. The reliance on Van Dijk is expected and understandable, but it underlines the shortcomings of Liverpool's squad and the risks the club are taking. Liverpool planning for life after Van Dijk, successors and squad depth. Slot has had his hands tied in some respect when opportunities to rest Van Dijk have come, thanks to injuries to Giovanni Leoni, Connor Bradley, Joe Gomez and Jeremy Frimpong throughout the campaign. He has been reliant on Van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate, who has also not missed a game due to injury this season, in central defense, with Gomez managed due to his injury record and the issues plaguing right-back. With Andy Robertson needed to rotate with Milos Kerkez, the club's youngsters not trusted to start, and a failure to sign another centre-back in the summer or January. It left Van Dijk in the Zai against even League One's Barnsley. The last time the 34-year-old was rested entirely was in the 3-0 Carabao Cup defeat to Crystal Palace on October 29, nearly 5 months ago. As the oldest member of Liverpool's squad, it leaves concerns over his increased likelihood of injury and fatigue-induced errors when you also factor in his starting role for the Netherlands. It points to the gaps in Liverpool's squad planning and the need for Slot to widen his circle of trust, even if the number 4's fitness success continues. Liverpool's head coach spoke highly of Van Dijk's fitness last month, suggesting a continuation could lead to another contract extension beyond 2027 as he discussed potential successor Jeremy Jacquet. We are aware of the fact that Virgil will not play for this club for 10 more years, the head coach said. But he has a 1.5-year contract left, so he will be with us for that period of time and maybe even longer if he keeps staying as fit as he is now. Because I've said it before, what a compliment to him at his age to play every 3 days, not only for our club but also for his country for 7 or 8 months already. So yeah, hopefully he can stay as fit as he is for multiple years. But this club, we are not stupid. We do know that somewhere in the upcoming years there is life for this club without Virgil. Jacquet and Leoni will, hopefully, be Liverpool's mid to long-term future in central defense, but the reliance on Van Dijk has yet to wane. Ultimately, Liverpool find themselves in the predicament of needing Van Dijk on the pitch to boost their chances of winning, and balancing having him fit for the long term and learning to play without him. He turns 35 in the summer, which will see him play in the World Cup, and is encroaching on a career-high minutes haul at Anfield, which is a testament to his staggering durability, but also a reminder of the position the club have neglected. As Van Dijk has said so many times before, players are not robots, and that means they all require rest from time to time, even the machine that is the Liverpool captain.